Hello, everybody. Welcome to Lunchtime Detroit Lions Talk, brought to you by the Belly Up Sports Network. Today, we're going to talk about 3 trade scenarios for the 7th round pick. If we trade back, with who? Because we need a partner to trade back. And what would we get in return? Also today, Detroit Lions news and rumors, the comments cards, the question of the day, Jen Campbell will be discussed at length today. But now I go to the man of steel himself, my good friend Curt Steele.
What up, though? Welcome to the show, people. You know who we are. We are Detroit Lions on the Prowl. Your home for Detroit Lions news and rumors. And as always, join the family. Subscribe to the channel every day during the week, Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can catch the premieres of our show, and you can chat during the premiere with the staff. And if you want to get your comments right up front, you can do a super chat for a little bit of extra cheddar, and comment on the videos, like the videos, share the videos. All of this helps us get this content to more Lions fans just like yourself. Let's get this thing started
right now.
Let's go. Hey, welcome back to the show, people. Now it's time for those 3 trade scenarios. Jim, who do you have first?
First, we're going to talk about the San Francisco 49ers. We're going to talk about him before, about a trade with Matthew Stafford. They're still going to look for their quarterback of the future. So if San Francisco is so inclined, we're going to talk about a San Francisco Detroit Lions trade, how that would work, and what is that going to entail. The Lions pick at number 7 is worth 1,500 points, according to the trade board. And San Francisco is worth 1,200 points. Now, keep in mind that the quarterback thirsty teams will probably overpay. So in this scenario, Detroit gets the 12th overall pick. They get its San Francisco's 2nd round pick, 43rd overall, and its 4th round pick, 108th overall. So this gives us 2 second-round picks, 2 third-round picks, and 2 fourth-round picks just for dropping to 12. And we'll probably be able to get our offensive lineman or defensive end or somebody best player available at that point. So, So the second team that we have is who?
Okay, the next one is the Denver Broncos. Of course, we already said that the 1,500 points for the number 7 overall pick. Now, Denver would trade its 9th overall pick worth 1,350 points to the Lions, and its 3rd round pick, which is 71st overall, and its 5th round pick, which is 104th overall. And that will give a little bit of leeway as far as how they compared. That will give a 1,623 point average for the trade scenario for Denver off the trade board. So you're looking at the Lions having 2 first-round picks this year, 2 third-round picks, and 2 fifth-round picks in this year's draft.
That's going down not too far either, because Denver has the 9th pick, so that's really, really good trade scenario.
Yeah,
the last one is Dallas. If they don't re-sign Dak, Dallas would trade its 10th overall, so we're only moving down 3 spots, and that value is 1,300 points. It would also trade us its 3rd round pick, 75th overall, and its 4th round pick, 105th overall, because they do not have a 5th round pick, or I probably would have thrown a 5th round pick here instead of that 4th, but because that's the price, the total points are only $1,599. So I think this is actually a really doable deal. We only move down 3 spots, and we pick up an extra 3rd, gives us 3 third-round picks and 2 fourth-round picks. So I think that's actually a good trade scenario. But I want to caveat this whole thing, okay? So this whole thing is for fun, so don't attack us too much, for this doesn't make sense, whatever. I think it's going to be really hard to trade down. I really do. After I did all the work on this this morning, this trade scenario stuff, there's not many quarterback thirsty teams that'll come up and want to get that number 7 overall pick, thinking maybe somebody will drop to them, or they have somebody else on their radar and don't want to give up the draft capital. I find it really hard to believe that we're going to be able to move from 7. I really do. And not move down too far.
Yeah. And looking at that, to be honest with you, I don't really don't trust this quarterback draft class outside of Trevor Lawrence. I mean, I'm looking at the guys that they have that's out there. I've never been big on Alabama quarterbacks or Ohio State quarterbacks. And, is it a bias of mine? Yes, it is. I don't think they're very successful in the pro game. Look at Miami already looking at moving on from Tua. I mean,
yeah,
it's one of those things. I just don't see it. I don't see a lot of people spending their capital to go up and draft one of these guys that's in the draft right now, besides Trevor Lawrence. So I agree with you. It's going to be hard to trade back, and I think it's going to be a best player available type of scenario. Now, in a later round, you may be able to do that just because it may be somebody really wants at a position, maybe offensive line or maybe defensive back. It's just a defensive player, but I don't see it in the first round. Maybe in the later rounds, we get some trade back and some more capital that way.
Yeah, I agree. There has to be a partner to trade back. I know everybody wants that in the first round, but I think it could be a difficult problem.
Definitely.
Okay, we're going to move on to the news and rumors right now, and we have a lot of them today. There's some good stuff here today. So first thing is the Broncos had offered the Lions a top 10 pick and Drew Lock for Matthew Stafford.
I'm not taking Drew Lock for nothing. Well, you.
Yeah. Oh, no, I get that. But I mean, it's a throw-in guy,
Yeah.
Kind of. So at least one report out there indicates the Lions had an offer on the table from another NFL team that would have brought a 2021 top 10 pick and possibly a starting quarterback on the table. Well, I don't know about starting quarterback, a quarterback in exchange for Matthew Stafford. Denver Broncos offered a package that included the number 9 overall pick. So we're learning that Carolina would have parted with the 8th, and now Denver with the 9th. And I don't know. We got 2 first-round picks, so I can't really complain, but we didn't get much in this draft. And starting quarterback Drew Lock, they keep saying starting, but okay. That's according to nationally syndicated radio host Dan Patrick, who mentioned the details on his program Thursday. And shout out to Dan Patrick, right, Curt?
Yeah, shout out to my man. That's where I went to school, the Dan Patrick School of Sportscasting, right there at Full Sail University. So shout out to the creator of my program.
Yes. So moving on, Curt, what do you have next?
Yeah, just to kind of, Drew, I wouldn't trade for Drew Lock. Yeah, no.
The number 9 pick, though.
The number 9 pick, yeah, but Drew Lock,
but you would have to have. No. See, that's what I would like. I would have liked to have a pick package rather than a player and a pick. But whatever.
Yeah. All right. Next up, we have Barry Sanders says DeAndre Swift should be proud of his solid rookie campaign. Sanders said paid pretty close attention to Swift's rookie campaign, as he thinks Swift has a good chance to be the guy in Detroit's backfield for a long time. Sanders says, I thought it was a solid rookie campaign, couple 100-yard games. I think he showed he adjusted well to the NFL game and NFL speed. You think he would figure into any plans going forward and maybe establish himself as the guy. We know that Adrian Peterson said they should have went to him as a starter a long time ago, way many 2 games too late. The Lions are expected to feature their running attack more under new head coach Dan Campbell and new offensive coordinator Anthony Lynn. Swift had a solid rookie campaign, rushing for 10 touchdowns, tied for the 4th most by a rookie in 2020. He missed 3 games due to injury. Week 6 in his first Lions rookie since Barry Sanders in 1989 to produce a 100-yard game and with 2 touchdowns. The second round pick by the Lions a season ago is expected to be featured in Detroit's 2021 backfield after the team had a more running back by committee approach in last year's coaching staff. I believe he should have been the guy all along last season. I just think that they just tried to kind of cater to Adrian Peterson because of who he is and his stature in the game. But Peterson himself said that Swift should have been the man most of the season.
I like DeAndre Swift. I think he has a combination of strength and speed. He can catch the ball to the backfield.
Great vision.
You could do a lot with him. Vision is really, really good. Patience, which you don't see with a rookie very often. The only thing I think he needs to clean up in his game is the pass blocking. It's the only thing that I think he needs to work on a little bit, if there was anything at all that he needs to work on right now.
And, he's going to work on his strength in the offseason with his dad, because if he gets as strong as his dad, boy, that's going to be some real good strength.
But if he gets as strong as his dad, he may not be able to run. His dad
Very
is
true.
a beast.
Yeah.
He might be playing linebacker or D end.
What you got next, my man?
I'm signing his dad, to be honest.
Speaking of DNs, what we got next?
The Lions host defensive David Irving for a visit. This marks a change in the Detroit Lions philosophy, in my opinion, because we've always tried to get people with a high moral character right now, and it looks like they're trying to throw that out the window.
Yeah.
Looking at this guy. Irvin went undrafted in 2015 out of Iowa State, and after a short stint with the Kansas City Chiefs, his career blossomed with the Cowboys. After a quiet rookie season, Irving tallied, if I could talk, 11 total sacks in 23 games played over the next 2 years. However, his career quickly derailed after that. Between 2017 and 2019, Irving was suspended 3 times. First for violating the team's public policy on performance-enhancing drugs, and subsequent 2 times for violating the league's policy on abuse of substances. Quickly after his most recent suspension, Irving announced that he was retiring from the NFL due in part to the league's policy on marijuana, which he viewed as hypocritical given the league's stance on opiates. On the reliance of opiates. That makes sense. After being reinstated by the league in October, the NFL came calling back for Irvin. He joined the Raiders practice squad in late 2020 and made a 2-game appearance for Las Vegas. In 40 defensive snaps played, Irving tallied a total of 4 tackles before being relegated back to the practice squad. Because Irving finished the season on the practice squad, he is available to sign immediately and will not have to wait until the new league year. Irving also reportedly met with the Indianapolis Colts earlier this week.
That's a good defensive lineup there, boy. The Colts they have a spoiler riches up there in Indy on defensive line. Yeah, I hear what you're saying. That's kind of a change of philosophy. We like those clean cut guys who kind of stay out of trouble. And Irving has a little edge to him. I did like the way he played out in Dallas for those couple of years where he really came on as a edge rusher. So it's interesting to see what the Lions do with him. And he's probably a guy that you can get for a very small contract.
Yeah, I think he would be cheap, and I think he's worth taking a flyer on. Why not?
Why not?
I like the new approach because I don't think you can win a Super Bowl with all choir boys. And I'm not saying everybody has to be edgy like this, but you have to have some of those players, I believe, on your team because they have talent.
Because you got them out there, and you got them out there in Kansas City, and you have them in Tampa Bay as well. Yep, you do. All right. Next up, we have there is hope that in the 2021 draft that the salary cap won't drop as low as expected. According to Tom Pelissero of NFL Network, there's a sentiment resonated around the league. Circles that the cap could end up around $185 million for the 2021 season. Now, I know I've read on this that it's contingent on the fans being allowed back in stadiums. That they're with the coronavirus and having the vaccine out, that there will be more fans in the stands for this upcoming season than we had this year, which will help definitely with the revenue share and the salary cap.
It will. And if this is true, that gives each team $10 million more to work with, which will help the Lions in their salary cap situation as well. Yeah, this definitely. Next thing, I'm going to go right out and say it before we ever get to the quotes. I love Dan Campbell. I just do. He's just fires me up every time the dude talks. And I do mean the dude. Anyway.
Yep, the dude.
All right. Lions head coach Dan Campbell explains how he built an impressive staff. First quote is from Curt.
All right. I swore up and down that I was not going to if I got into the seat again. I refused, even if he's an outstanding person, which I know plenty of them, an outstanding person who coaches, but if he's an average coach, I'm not going to do it, Campbell told the Detroit News. Shout out to Justin Rogers over there. That's how you create average players.
Ooh.
What?
Say it again.
These are going to be top-notch people who were top-notch coaches across the board.
Wow. Love it. Next quote, because he did a whole circle of interviews. So some of these are from different outlets. You might hear something a little bit the same, but I refuse to hire my friends that are average coaches or the guy that I owe, but it's an average coach and an outstanding human being, because that's how you become average.
Ooh, that fire, baby.
Smoke there, baby. Holy cow.
Again, with the Detroit news, he said, I didn't write. I'm just getting ex-players or find as ex-players as you can, Campbell told the Detroit News. I really didn't go into it with that process. I honestly didn't think that way. But he has a lot of ex-players on his staff.
He does. And he's so honest about stuff. That's what I like about him.
Yeah,
just
definitely.
Like right out with everything.
He is right up front.
Deuce Staley was one of the most coveted coaches out there after asking the Eagles for their permission to leave after their own coaching changes. Campbell immediately pounced. Next thing I know, somebody said, looks like Deuce may get out of there, like Chicago. So I'm like, hey, Deuce, Deuce, I thought you were staying, Campbell told ESPN. So I got after him, and he was all on board. He wanted to be here. He wanted to be something special.
That's what I'm talking about.
You don't want to be average. We don't want to be average players. We can't coach up people with average coaches. We've been doing this for years.
Yeah. Let's look at some of these quotes from some national media members on how Dan Campbell's doing, and how they're building the staff. Bucky Brooks from NFL Network says, I appreciate what the Lions are doing with their front office and coaching hires. They assembled a collection of former NFL players to rebuild the program. Chris Spielman, Ray Agnew, Dan Campbell, Anthony Lynn, Deuce Staley, and Aaron Glenn graduated from the field to the front office and coaching. And another, Emmanuel Acho from Fox Sports 1 says, the Lions are assembling a hell of a staff.
Yes, they are. Dan Campbell, the guy, every single time he talks, I'm glued to whatever he says. Definitely. I don't know if it's coach speak or not. I really don't, but he genuinely looks like he learned from his experiences in New Orleans or in Miami, where he was head coach. He said, if I ever got to do this again, I'm not doing that anymore. I'm not going to hire people based on if they're friends with me or I owe them a favor. They have to be an outstanding coach.
Yeah. And looking at that, that's the exact opposite of what we experienced under Quinn Trisha. It's one of those things. I mean, Pasquale,
geriatric park. Yes.
Yeah. I mean, and then you had Corey Unlin, who just wasn't ready to be a coordinator. He's probably better just as a defensive backs coach. And just some of the other guys he had on that staff, I'm like, nah, that's a homie hire right there. That's the good old boy network. And you just can't do that. Hey, nope. All right. Oh, so you know what we are. We are Detroit Lions OnThe Prowl, your home for Detroit Lions news and rumors. But we are also on the Belly Up Sports Podcast Network. And if you can't catch our shows, you can go over there and check out the audio version. There's a link on our page on their website. And you can listen to them on what? On Skull Candy headphones. You can click the link in the description below and get some great deals on some quality audio products from Skull Candy. And a portion of the proceeds from those sales on that link go to help us grow the show. All right, it is time to get into your comment cards from yesterday's show. Jim, you up first.
King SJ says, I like what I'm seeing with the new staff they're putting together. I'm not expecting much from the Lions in 2021, but I just hope the players play hard for the new coaches. You know what? I don't think 2021 is going to be all that great, but I love our coaching staff. I love that when we get a rookie in here, I think we're actually going to be able to build him up and he's actually going to progress, something we haven't seen since, well, I don't know how long. But I love that. Love it.
Yeah, definitely. All right. Midwest Lions said the staff is seriously fired. Yeah, they're fired. All right. From the owner all the way to the practice squad players, it's a mentality that needs to be preached from the top down and the ripple effect to winning.
Yes. Absolutely. Rod Love 313 says, I know we need defense in the worst way, but unless we trade back there and there's no defensive player worthy of a top 10 pick, so I would not mind them drafting Penei Sewell. He's an offensive tackle, or Jalen Waddle, wide receiver, Jamar Chase, another wide receiver, because I feel they would be an instant impact. They would be instant impact players and would help Goff out a lot. It's all about the best talent available, not what we need the most. I got to say something here. I totally agree with you. It needs to be best player available. I'm starting to not think that they're going to be able to do a trade back just based on the scenarios that we went through earlier. We'll have to see how that goes.
Yeah, definitely. All right. Dre Brown says, Curt, a Flintstone. I didn't know that. Salute, fam. Hey, salute right back at you, brother. I am from the north side of Flint. I grew up in the northwestern neighborhood over there by Gundry. So shout out to all my Flintstones that watch the program.
Yeah. That is so cool. Leonard Mikola Vlog said trading back is a huge possibility. The Panthers were rumored to offer the 8th pick for Stafford. So if Washington or New England want to move up and get the 4th quarterback they need to get in front of them, then that would lead to that trade. I don't think that. I honestly think that the draft capital is expensive to move up a little bit. And I don't know if teams are going to go up there for Trey Lance or somebody like that when they can still get another quarterback later.
Yep. I just, for me, for something about this draft class, besides Trevor Lawrence, I just don't see anybody making a move. And that's going to be expensive to go up to trade with Jacksonville for that number 1 pick. I just don't see anybody making that move. You're going to have to mortgage the farm to go up and get that guy. Yep. All right. Last but not least, Chuck, forget. All right. Team first, park your egos at the door. Not always easy, but it can be done. Thanks, guys. And he's talking about, we were talking about too many chefs in the kitchen, or how much experience that we have on the coaching staff in the front office. And, there's always been some rumors about Mr. Dorsey's kind of ego and how he kind of got ran out of Kansas City and Cleveland for not getting along with people, not playing well with others. He didn't want to share his crayons. But I think that if they have that attitude, Chuck, I agree with you 100%, that if you check your ego at the door and be part of a winning solution, that I think the Lions have the chance to really build something special with this staff going forward.
I think that there's a thing with the Detroit Lions right now that you could have Dan Campbell and Chris Spielman as a tag team in the WWE. I think that's how tough those two are.
Off the rope.
I don't think anybody's going to be running off at the mouth at either one of them.
Yeah, for real. You get yourself jacked up real quick.
I think they're going to keep the peace around there pretty good, to be honest. Question of the day today is, do you believe the Detroit Lions will actually trade back, or will they find a partner to trade back with after you've seen the scenarios and look at the teams that are down there? Some don't need a quarterback. Some, they might need a quarterback, but is it, could one fall to them that they might like? Maybe the quarterback out of Alabama, there could be other quarterbacks that they're looking at later on in the draft that, might work for them to sit for a year or whatever. So do you honestly think the Detroit Lions will be able to pull off a trade from the 7th round pick and go back in the draft and collect some more picks? That's the question of the day. And now it's time for my favorite part of the show, the Dessert with Curt.
All right. The Dessert with Curt today is about some new content. Me and my man, Shawnee J, over at Detroit Lions, the Die Hard Den podcast presented by Detroit Lions OnThe Prowl, have a new show out today. So go over there and check us out. You can go over to our YouTube channel and watch it there. It's dropping today. If you want to listen, you can definitely go over to Spotify under the Detroit Lions OnThe Prowl page, and you will see the new content for the Die Hard Den podcast. Me and Shawnee J break down our final thoughts on the Matthew Stafford, Jared Goff trade, and how Sheila Ford Hemp is changing the way that the Lions do business. All that and more on that new episode of the Die Hard Den podcast.
You don't want to miss that. Shawnee J is an exceptional person. He knows so many things, and his takes are so different than what you see on this show. He's an outstanding human being and a really fun guy to listen to. You don't want to miss the Die Hard Den podcast, brought to you by the Detroit Lions OnThe Prowl. Awesome show. And thanks, Curt, for bringing that up for everybody, because they do need to see that. All right. I am so excited today. I read the Dan Campbell things this morning, and I went the quotes, and I'm going to go look them up on YouTube just to listen. Because I'm so excited about this new direction. I know that I said that 2021 is going to suck. And yes, it will. I mean, probably. But the thing is, you just can't get away from this dude's energy and his self-awareness. I think is the biggest trait right now that I see in him, that I'm not going to do this again. I did this before. This is what I did wrong. Now I can do this better here. This is my idea. I'm not bringing in average coaches because I don't want our players to be average. Oh my God.
Definitely.
Think of the power in that statement.
MCDC is doing his thing. I feel it 100%. It's going to be one of those things. If it's not going to be very victorious at first, it's going to be entertaining.
Oh, yeah. I can't wait. I can't wait for the first time we get screwed by the refs and Dan Campbell has the presser afterwards. I think you should really give that guy some time, because I don't think emotionally he's going to be able to hold back from what he thinks.
We probably need to start a GoFundMe for his fines, because
Detroit Lions going to be paying a few fines this year. I just got this premonition, and Magic 8 Ball says so. Yes, it's going to happen. So anyway, I had a great show. Really appreciate you guys. I want to shout out two people today on the Wall of Fame, and the Wall of Fame is up there right now, as you can see. And it's Nomis J. He has just started his membership to Detroit Lions on the Prowl and enjoying a blooper reel this morning. He actually gave me a bunch of little smiley emojis after it because it was kind of funny. So we put out that for the members only content. And Dr. Detroit, who is a gold member of Detroit Lions on the Prowl. To become a member, just hit the join now button. You can get yourself some emojis, get yourself special content. And if you go for the $9.99 one, we are going to be doing live question and answers with people as soon as we get enough people to get in there to have that. And we're going to talk to Dr. Detroit about that too. So we just need to talk to you. But yes, please hit that join button and get all that extra content.
Hey, all right. Hey, you know who we are. We are Detroit Lions on the Prowl, your home for Detroit Lions news and rumors. And as always, join the channel. Be a part of our family. Subscribe. You know what you can do. Weekdays, 11 a.m. right here on our channel, Monday through Friday. You can join us for our premieres, and you can chat with the staff right along during the premiere. And if you want to get your comments right up front for a little bit extra cheddar, you can do a super chat. And don't forget, we're on the Belly Up Sports Podcast Network. You can go over to bellyupsports.com and check out our content right there, and a bunch of different podcasts for every sport under the rainbow. And you can go over there and check out some hard-hitting journalistic articles from some excellent writers they have on the staff right there at bellyupsports.com. And if you can't catch the show, you can't watch it, you can download the audio version over there as well and listen to them on what? Skull Candy headphones. Click the link below and buy yourself some quality audio products right over there on skullcandy.com. And if you buy it on the link below, a little bit of the proceeds from that goes to us helping us grow this show and content. And as always, like the video, share the videos, comment on those videos. All of this helps us get this more content to more Lions fans just like yourself. It's Friday, people. Enjoy your day. Enjoy your weekend. One quick question for you, Jim. Who you got on Sunday?
Who do I got on Sunday? I've got the Kansas City Chiefs.
I got Kansas City as well.
Yep.
All right. Hey, as you go into the weekend, whatever you do in life, you got to boss up, ball out, and be the best version of you that you can be. From my man, Jim, right here on Detroit Lions on the Prowl, this is Curt Steele, and we will holler at you real soon.